Hello and welcome back. In this original Black Excellist presentation, we will highlight 25 Black-owned bookstores.
Welcome to blackexcellist.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
Independent bookstores owned by African Americans are critical parts of any community. They serve as community gathering spaces, support systems for emerging authors, hangout spots for locals, and educational centers for kids. Today, there are less than 150 Black-owned bookstores around the nation, comprising of only 6% of the entire indie market. And although they have been around for decades, Black-owned bookstores are facing an uncertain and undoubtedly difficult future. But these independent bookstore owners have dug deep into their wells of creativity and passion and found ways to transform their businesses to keep the doors open during this pandemic. But they can use our help. For book lovers who are looking for a niche shop that offers works by Black authors, and the rest of us who are simply interested in supporting Black businesses, here are 25 Black-owned independent bookstores you can donate, order, and shop at today. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. SEMICOLON Bookstore and Gallery. SEMICOLON is Chicago's only Black woman-owned bookstore and gallery, and it's committed to raising the literacy rate in Chicago and beyond. Owner Danielle Mullen and her booksellers recently created National Black Literacy Day, an effort to support literacy programs in Black communities that aptly coincides with Frederick Douglass's birthday on February 14th. Number 2. Harriette's Bookshop. Harriette's Bookshop focuses on works by women, primarily women of color. The name is taken from abolitionist Harriet Tubman, and the shop features artwork and artifacts that honor Tubman. Janine A. Cook's bookshelves also speak through the curated voices of women artists and women activists that she admires and honors. Number 3. The Lit Bar. The Lit Bar Bookstore emphasizes diversity in books of local interest. Thanks to the efforts of Bronx native Noel Santos, the Bronx was provided with an independent bookstore after the local Barnes & Nobles closed. Today, the Lit Bar is a bookstore and wine bar that also makes event space available for author readings and other workshops. Number 4. Detroit Book City. Detroit Book City is a small independent bookstore that specializes in market books, media, and events to the African American consumer market. Owner Janice Haynes founded the bookstore to highlight Black independent authors and to give Black media a larger presence. She offers new and gently used adult and children books, including self-help, Black consciousness, spiritual, how-tos, memoirs, and biographies. Number 5. Elizabeth's Bookshop and Writing Center. Elizabeth's is an innovative literary center whose catalog highlights, promotes, amplifies, celebrates, and honors the work of writers who are often excluded from traditional cultural, social, and academic canons. Founded by Akron native Rachel Elizabeth Cargill, Elizabeth is a manifestation of her passion as an activist and author as she seeks to educate and reshape the lens of readers on how they see themselves and how they view the world. Number 6. Books and Crannies. Books and Crannies is an independent Black female-owned bookstore with a wide array of general interest reads, including fiction, nonfiction, and some children's titles. Owner Deshanta Hairston hosts a variety of events throughout the year, such as children's readings, open mic poetry, and book signings featuring local and regional authors. Number 7. MAHOGANYBOOKS. Black books matter, and few bookstores believe that as much as family-owned MAHOGANYBOOKS does. Founded by Ramunda and Derek Young, MAHOGANYBOOKS is all about supplying books that are written for, by, and about the people of the African diaspora. They also aim to help children change perceptions of how they see themselves. Number 8. Café con Libros. Café con Libros is an Afro-Latina-owned feminist bookstore and coffee shop that wholly embraces intersectionality. Kalima de Sous opened the shop with aspirations of establishing a vibrant community for women and girls of all identities, and today it offers an impressive stock of feminist literature, great coffee, and a monthly subscription for patrons called Feminist and Bookish. Number 9. Shop at Matter. Shop at Matter, led by Rick Griffith and Deborah Johnson, is dedicated to revolution, design, and articulating history as told by Black authors. Matter's catalog primarily consists of academic and non-fictional books, but the shop also sells unique prints that are designed and printed in-house. Number 10. Sisters Uptown Bookstore. The only Black-owned bookstore in Manhattan, Sisters acts as both a bookstore and a community center. Owner Jennifer P. Wilson opened Sisters to provide resources for members of the community to nurture their minds, hearts, and souls. Their collection includes present and past works of gifted African American authors. They provide an educational, spiritual, and loving environment for the diverse community where all are welcomed. Number 11. Reparations Club. Founded by Jazzy McGilbert, Reparations Club is a concept book boutique that also serves as a space for creatives in Los Angeles. In addition to its eclectic collection of books written by Black authors, Reparations Club sells home goods, accessories, and apparel from Black-owned businesses around the world. Number 12. Brave and Kind Books. Bunny Hillard's passion for kids' books led her to open up this thoughtfully curated little neighborhood kids' bookshop. She offers a unique selection of diverse, classic, and artful stories. Hilliard believes that her neighborhood bookshop builds community through education and relationships. She wanted to create a space where families could come, be together, and find beautiful stories that inspire kids to do something brave and kind. Number 13. Source of Knowledge Bookstore. Dexter George, Masani Barnwell George, and Patrice McKinney, the owners behind one of the last 2 Black-owned bookstores in New Jersey, have created something much greater than an outlet for books. What began as a bookstore has evolved into a community center that features Black art, Black literature, culture, and community. The space is also designed for young people to dig deeper into radical Black thought, and they also invite local Newark artists to gather there in community and love. Number 14. Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center. This Ypsilanti, Michigan bookstore focuses specifically on African American literature. The Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center hosts poetry slams, book signings, and other events to support local authors. Owner Carlos Franklin wants to fill the void that Borders and Barnes & Noble never met with its lack of selection in African American books. Number 15. LAIR Bookstore. Located in Southbend, Indiana, LAIR emphasizes representation in their inventory. Owner Kathy Burnett has set a mission for the bookstore that focused on developing empathy and building community with inclusive books. Her books, which include options for children, teens, and adults, are meticulously curated to help customers find and celebrate their place in the world. Number 16. ASHAY by the Bay. The Bay Area's #1 Black children's bookstore has a huge selection of books focused on African American and multicultural narratives. Deborah Day, the founder and CEO, began selling books in 2002, and today ASHAY by the Bay is a publishing and marketing company that specializes in reselling African American books, adult books, and other educational products. Number 17. African Bookstore. Yvonne Harrison King now manages the bookstore that her father, Anthony Horatio Harrison, began as a specialty bookstore and gift shop. Today, it is an online specialty shop whose goal is the pursuit of education, empowerment, and self-awareness of the Black community. The shop has taken on a more advanced approach in this new millennium by enlarging the African Bookstore website with new book selections and gifts. Number 18. Pyramid Books. Pyramid Books is a Black veteran-owned bookstore, roughly an hour north of Miami. Pyramid's specialty is having hard-to-find Black books and those written by African American authors. Their selection range from Black diasporic spirituality to metaphysics. Pyramid Books celebrates Black History Month 365 days a year to educate all people about the African diaspora. Number 19. HARAMBEE Books and Artworks. HARAMBEE Books and Artworks is an independent bookstore located on a quiet residential block in Old Town, Alexandria. Owner Bernard Reeves' mission for the small but mighty bookstore, which specializes in rare and out-of-print books, children's books, current bestsellers, and apparel and artwork by people of African descent, is to uplift and enlighten the community with cultural knowledge. Number 20. Fulton Street Books and Coffee. Fulton Street Books and Coffee is an independent bookstore that specializes in fiction and nonfiction by people of color, as well as from other marginalized segments of society. Owner Anika Asamoah Caesar, a Black female entrepreneur, came up with the concept called Ally Boxes, where subscribers over the course of 3 months receive 2 books dealing with Black history, social justice, racism, and other topics. Number 21. Loyalty Bookstore. Loyalty Books is the neighborhood spot for wonderful books and unique home goods, gifts, and programming. Their staff and selection highlight the diverse voices and creatives that make our communities great. Hannah Oliver Depp, the shop's founder and a Black and queer bookseller, aim is to highlight the diverse voices and creatives that make our communities great. Number 22. The Key Bookstore. The Key Bookstore is a Black-owned interactive online bookstore with the mission to encourage the community to bask in the reading culture experience. The Key engages readers through curation, activities, subscriptions, events, and community engagements. Owner Kamani Harrison curates the shop's books on the pillars of Afrocentricity, spirituality, environmentalism, and entrepreneurship. Number 23. The Listening Tree. The Listening Tree is a children's bookstore created to perpetuate a love of literacy and learning in our global community. Owners Omar and Kimberly Finley founded the Listening Tree to introduce the Black voice into the American lexicon after their children prompted them to focus on educating and inspiring young Black readers. Their B-Boys and B-Girls Club is designed to ensure that every child receives a minimum of 12 books per year that will challenge, teach, and inspire them. Number 24. Uncle Bobbie's Coffee and Books. Uncle Bobbie's has the simple slogan of cool people, dope books, great coffee. Part living room, part library, part coffee bar, part eatery. Uncle Bobbie's invites patrons to stick around a while, the better to consume food for the body and the mind, and to commune with neighbors. CNN commentator Mark Lamont Hill created the establishment to stimulate the same love of books, learning, and conversation in the community that his own family stimulated in him, especially his Uncle Bobbie. Number 25. Urban Reader Bookstore. Sonia Spencer opened the Urban Reader Bookstore, seeing the calls for social and racial justice during the summer of 2020 after the death of George Floyd. She was already selling books online, but wanted a brick and mortar to help illuminate Black authors who she felt were underrepresented in the market. Not only is her bookstore filled with thousands of books written by Black authors, but she also offers Black artwork, highlighting historic and sometimes forgotten icons like James Baldwin.
We appreciate the fact that you stayed with us until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.